Hello everyone. Have you ever met this type of person? Someone who seems to know everything, cuts people off when talking, comments on politics, economics, acting as if they're the top expert. But in reality, they know absolutely nothing. We see people like this everywhere, especially on social media today. But if we look back 2,400 years into history, the man the world calls the father of philosophy and the wisest person of ancient Greece, Socrates, said something that is the complete opposite of people today. I know that I know nothing. He said, "The only thing I know is that I know nothing." Think about it. Why would one of the greatest thinkers admit that he knows nothing? Was he joking? Was he trying to show off? Or does this sentence hide a secret to tremendous success that we've never imagined? In this video, we are going to uncover that secret together, and I guarantee that after watching, you'll have a new understanding of yourself and the world around you. Let's dive in. To understand this, we need to return to the city of Athens in ancient Greece. One day, Socrates' close friend, Chaerephon, traveled to a sacred temple called Delphi. There was an oracle there, believed by the Greeks to never lie. Chaerephon asked the oracle, "Is there anyone in this world who is wiser and more intelligent than Socrates?" The answer he received was, "No, there is no one wiser than Socrates." When his friend told him this, do you think Socrates was happy? No. He was shocked and didn't believe it at all. Socrates knew himself well. He wasn't an expert in astronomy, not a poet, not a general. He felt he had no special knowledge at all. So why would the oracle call him the wisest? Because he was confused, Socrates decided to investigate, to find evidence to refute the oracle. He wanted to find someone wiser than himself to prove the prophecy wrong. He began meeting the famous people in the city. First, he visited politicians. During conversations, Socrates found that these politicians were skilled speakers who believed they knew how to solve every social problem. But when Socrates asked deeper questions, they couldn't answer properly. They didn't even truly understand what justice meant. Second, he visited poets. They wrote beautiful poetry, but when Socrates asked about the deeper meaning behind their own work, they couldn't explain it as well as their admirers could. Third, he visited skilled craftsmen. These people were truly excellent in their own professions, like building houses or forging weapons. But the problem was, because they were skilled in one thing, they assumed they understood everything else outside their field as well. This is the key point. After talking to all these people, Socrates finally found the answer. He said, "I really am wiser than they are, not because I know more, but because they don't know, yet they think they do. Whereas I do not know, and I admit that I do not know." This is the origin of the phrase, "I know that I know nothing." So what is the benefit of admitting that you don't know? Imagine 2 cups of water. Cup number 1 is completely full, so full that it overflows. This represents a person who thinks they already know everything. When someone tries to pour in new knowledge or truth, nothing goes in. Their mind is already full, filled with pride and ego. Cup number 2 is empty. This is Socrates. He keeps himself empty so he can always receive new knowledge and new truths every day. Asterisk. There is another interesting idea called the circle of knowledge. Imagine your knowledge as a circle. The inside area of the circle is what you know. The boundary, the edge of the circle, is where your knowledge touches the unknown. The more you learn, the bigger your circle becomes. But at the same time, the boundary touching the unknown also becomes larger. This means, the more you know, the more you realize how much you don't know. On the other hand, the ignorant person has a tiny circle, so they can't see how vast the world truly is. They see only a tiny part and assume they already know everything. Asterisk.